I want us to talk movies, TV shows, and music. So movies.
So I don't have a movie. I have a series.
You don't have any movie?
I don't know. Let me look real quick.
Like top movies?
Top movies. What's your top movie?
I wrote 10 because we talked. We did some prep. All right, so now for anybody listening, we did prep, right? So we supposed to come up with our top 10.
Well, I thought you said movies
but
and shows.
I saw you on, and then I done broke the fourth wall, right? But I saw you all day doing your routine, looking at the news, looking at your social media, where I'm like, yo, like, are you prepping for this? And to be transparent, I finished the podcast. And
I really
set this one
if
up,
we was able to really
now I'm
see
here.
any movies like that.
You probably can't believe. You probably won't even be able to believe how much prep I did, like for this part. All right, so movies, right? So my first point is that the post-pandemic movies didn't really hit right. The joints that they pushed back, like, yo, it's this not coming out because it's the pandemic. We gonna wait. We gonna bring this out on HBO Max. We gonna do this, that. They ain't hit the way that I felt like they were supposed to. So Top Gun 2 needs to hit right, but they didn't hit right to me.
But the theaters was closed for most of the year.
Yeah, but some movies were going straight to streaming, like Coming to America 2.
That was good.
Okay.
But I mean, some people didn't think it was all that great in comparison to the original.
It wasn't. So it was all right,
but it was okay. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, it wasn't lit like that. But yeah. So I'll give you my 10. Spider-Man No Way Home is number 1, right?
I didn't see Spider-Man yet, but I heard it was good.
Yeah, it was good.
I heard it was good.
Swan Song is on here. So this not in any order. These just
but
10.
It's Swan Song. Oh, it's a movie. It's not a series.
These just 10 movies that I got listed in no order at all. What you trying to do your work now? You trying to do the work now?
I'm just looking to see if there was any that I particularly liked.
On your list that you already did the work for, or are you
But
Googling?
on my list that I did the work for is mostly series.
All right, so we're gonna get in that. We're gonna get in the series.
Go through your
next.
list. Go through your movies. Go ahead.
The movie list you supposed to have it too. Though. So Swan Song was good, right? Did you like it?
Swan Song was good. Yeah. Swan Song was good.
Yeah, and a lot of these we watched together. Some of these we didn't. King Richard is on here.
King Richard was good.
Right?
Very good.
Yeah, King Richard is on there.
Highly recommended.
Spider-Man No Way Home, just for the fact that it was, I'm going to start in the beginning just again for a little bit. Marvel movie, comic book, nerds, dream. You know what I mean? They did a lot with that. Swan Song to me was like a long episode of Black Mirror, the best possible way. You know what I mean? King Richard was a turn to me for Will Smith. He did good. It was like Will Smith overload though, right? Like you got Jada and Will and all the news that they got.
I like Will Smith as the actor, so I think he did good. I wonder if he's going to be nominated for an Oscar or anything.
He might, but I think Denzel gonna kill it with this movie. He got The Tragedy.
Oh, I do have one movie. Boom.
But the Will Smith, when I say Will Smith overload, because he got the book, he got the TV show, stuff like that. The Harder They Fall is on my list as a movie. One of the best movies. But again, I said already that the post-pandemic movies didn't really hit right, and there's a lot of movies I didn't see yet. Zola was a big one. So, no. So The Harder They Fall, Zack Snyder's Justice League, I'm glad they brought that out. That was really good, like super impressive. Way better than the other one. Zola, the movie Zola that we watched based off the Twitter story. I liked it. It was new. It was something new, something fresh. Cherry with Tom Holland.
Cherry was good.
Yeah, Cherry was good. I don't know if you finished it though. And I think you stopped it at where it was about to get crazy. So anything else Marvel did except the Eternals, because I ain't watched the Eternals yet. But anything else like Shang-Chi.
Shang-Chi was great.
Black Widow. Anything else Marvel did. I just didn't watch the Eternals.
Was good. I also like Judas and the Black Messiah.
So we watched a movie called In the Heights. Right, it was a musical, Spanish.
It's a musical. That was great.
It was good. I liked it. That's somehow made my list. Judas and the Black Messiah capped off my list of 10 movies, and I got an honorable mention. It's Don't Look Up with Leonardo DiCaprio. It just came out just recently. It just came out. So what's yours? What's your one?
So I think a lot of the ones that you said was pretty good for me. But I will say I really didn't. I thought it was either movies or series. So I really didn't make a list of movies.
Yeah. So what's your
So
one?
I'ma just. I already said it. Judas and the Black Messiah.
Oh, Judas and the Black
Yeah.
Messiah.
All the other ones you said, I agree with you. Like they would have been my picks as well. But I think if we move on to series, I would say there was a lot of series that I liked.
So how many did you list?
Lovecraft County.
Uh-huh.
Or Country, or whatever.
Uh-huh.
That was good. I was really happy when you finally started watching Money Heist.
Uh-huh.
Money Heist was great. And you was caught up to the point where like you could have watched the newer season and just topped off or concluded the year.
Yeah, Lovecraft. It ain't make my list.
Lovecraft made mine. Money Heist, Jenny and Georgia made my list.
Okay.
I like the series.
Yeah.
Handmaid's Tales made my list. True Story made my list.
Oh man, yeah, with Kevin Hart. Yeah, that was good. Like a mini series. That was good. That was real good.
Yeah, True Story made my list. Squid Games made my list.
Mm-hmm.
Top Boy made my list.
Top Boy. Mm-hmm. I think Top Boy was like 2020, but you watched it in 2021.
Oh, I might
Top
have
Boy,
been.
yeah, Top Boy. I wish we did this in 2020 because Top Boy would have definitely been like somewhere at the tippy top.
Mm-hmm. Hold on.
You got 10 or?
I don't know if I have 10 per se. Hold on.
True Story. I forgot about True Story.
True Story was great. There were some other ones, like I don't know if you particularly watched them, but The 100, Netflix series, really good.
That's not from this year though, right? Like no new seasons this year, right? It's just a show you watched this year, right?
3%. But no, The 100, I think it did have.
Okay, because I know it just got remade, like on
most
CW.
recently, and maybe that's probably how. Oh yeah, maybe that's probably why it probably wasn't a 2021 situation.
Yeah, I mean, but still, it's still one of your favorites. Anything else you got on there?
What was the other? So it was Squid Game, but then there's another one that's similar.
Alice in Borderland.
Yeah, Alice in Borderland.
Yeah, that's 2020. So I ain't listed. I only didn't list it because it was 2020.
So yeah, so that one would be I think that's all on my list.
So I'm gonna run through mine again. I got them numbered 1 through 10, but it's not my top 10. It's just number 1 through 10. So Kim's Convenience is the first thing I thought of. I watched all seasons.
Kim's Convenience is good.
Yeah, Kim's Convenience is dope. Mm-hmm. So I watched all seasons this year. Mm-hmm. Money Heist is the second thing I thought of.
I don't know why Money Heist wasn't first, but go ahead.
The first thing I thought of?
Go off.
Mm-hmm. You said you wonder why Money Heist wasn't the first thing I thought of?
Mm-hmm. Oh, I forgot one. Sorry. Insecure.
Okay, Insecure. Yeah. So Money Heist wasn't the first thing I thought of because it just wasn't the first thing I thought of. Like, Kim's Convenience is always the first thing. I love that show. Like, you got to remember, like, we talked about all year, last year, we talked about, like, being in depressive states. We talked about losing a baby. Kim's Convenience is a comedy, and it made me laugh. Like all the time, you know. So shout out to Omari for that, like letting me know about Kim's Convenience. It was hilarious, you know what I mean. So it definitely was tops for me. It wasn't depressing. It was just super funny. Money Heist. The third thing I'm thinking of is my candidate for best show of the year for me is Mayor of Easttown. So I think
Mayor of Easttown was good. Oh, how did I forget?
Yeah, I think Mayor of Easttown was the best show of the year.
So Mayor of Easttown is in the running with what is the other show? The Judge, Your Honor.
Your Honor is last year though.
Oh, was it?
Last year. Like I think it started last year.
Oh well.
Definitely one of the best shows of the year. Yeah. Mayor of Kingstown is on my list for the best 10 shows I watched this year. We still watching it. Scenes from a Marriage is on my list. It was real good.
Great. And I think for married folks, even if you're
notch.
not.
What'd you say?
I say even if you're not married, that's a good show just to kind of watch with your significant other or just watch in general. It's
like top-notch acting on that.
Yeah,
man.
The acting is great. It really delves into relationships, marriages, and just like everyday things that like most people go through, but just like how differently people can deal with life stressors.
Yeah. Cease, I guess Saint tired of us, huh?
Saint is done. He like
C
too much
season
moving.
2.
C, all
That's
that.
on my list. So season 2 is on my list, and it ended with a crazy cliffhanger, man. Like something that I didn't want to happen. So I slept on C too. So that was another one from Damon that Damon like suggested. I slept on it. I watched it. I didn't think it was that tough, and then I wound up watching it again. It's funny because we watched Tribes of Europa this year too. That came out this year.
That was pretty decent.
That was actually pretty good. It didn't make my list, but I just thought about it. Wheel of Time made my list as one of the best shows I saw this year. I like Wheel of Time. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
What you looking up, baby?
That's a good one. I was just looking up. I'm just like I was just really kind of scrolling, just to see if it was something that I missed that I would have wanted to put on my list.
That's called prep. That's called prep for that episode.
Did you put Sex, Love, and Goop on your list?
Not yet, because we ain't finished it.
Yeah, but it's still good.
WandaVision is
was
another
good.
candidate for best shows I saw. Just everything about WandaVision to me was perfect. It was technically one of the best shows I saw this year. It was story, one of the best shows I saw this year. WandaVision and Mayor of Easttown and Scenes from a Marriage to me are competing for the best shows I saw this year. BMF is on my list. That's one of the best shows I saw this year. BMF
Raising
is actually
Kanan.
on my list.
You can't.
Swagger is on my list, on my top 10 list of the best shows I saw this year. Swagger was current. It was about this year pretty much. So it was the only show that was really current. Like they try to dabble in that in Your Honor, but nah. Then it's about the neighborhood we live in. It's about the culture we live in. Swagger was just it's about basketball. It was just everything that, I want out of a show. The acting was good. The storyline was good. It talked about sexual assault. It talked about a whole bunch of different topics. The Black Lives Matter stuff that was happening. COVID it touched. And it didn't just touch them. It the show revolved around that stuff. My honorable mentions is Dope Sick. That's one of the best shows that I think we've seen. The Upshaws with Mike Epps and Wanda Sykes. I like that show a lot. I think that's
a good show. It's funny.
Yeah, I think it was good.
Yeah, it's a good
Pretty
show.
Smart to me is good too on Netflix. Pretty Smart with the sister who moved in with her sister and the roommates and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, that's
smart.
a good show.
And these are my honorable mentions. Squid Game is on there for honorable mention for me. It's only right to put Squid Game on there to me for honorable mention. It's definitely, to me, it don't beat none of the 10 shows I listed as best show I saw, but it's definitely on there just because of what it did culturally. What it did.
It moved the whole culture.
Yeah, it went crazy. So
it's like a viral series at this point.
And then my last show that I got on here is Raising Kanan.
Yeah, Raising Kanan is definitely
one of the best shows.
A good show.
Honorable mention, I couldn't put it over much, but it's there. All right, what about music?
Oh wait, I got one more show that I want to add.
Yeah, that's what happened when you don't do your prep.
Lupin.
Yeah, that's what happened when you don't do your prep.
Lupin was good, and I feel like
a whole bunch of shows.
It should definitely. I just had one more.
Gotta scroll.
I had one more. I did prep for that part.
Yeah, Lupin would be honorable mention too.
I feel like the acting was good. The concept around the show, like the writing was good. The suspense, all of that was good. Lupin.
Yeah. Music. This is another. Yeah. So we said movies, shows, music. So, I'm gonna assume you ain't prep for music either.
I mean, I really didn't prep so much, but I mean, there are some. So Snow Allegra dropped the album. I really like her music. A lot. Her definitely like her music. My girl, Jasmine Sullivan, Hotels.
Oh man.
On repeat.
Yeah, for some reason.
What?
Yeah, damn. Yeah, Jasmine should definitely be on my list.
On repeat.
Yeah. Jasmine she not on my list, but she should be. I don't know what happened there. But yeah, Jasmine should be on my list.
I'm trying to think.
All right, that might. So I'm gonna start naming.
Tiana
mine.
Was Tiana's project this year?
I don't know, but it shouldn't be on no list for nothing.
What? I'm a Tiana fan, so she definitely she made the list for me. Wizkid, that Made in Lagos.
Yeah, that was last year though.
Oh, was it?
Tiana was last year.
Oh, Tiana was like,
Wizkid and Tiana were both last year.
Okay, so I'm just mixing it up.
Just late. You late to the, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, well, I'm late to the party then.
Yeah, you late.
I mean, so for me, I love all music, but I guess for me, like whatever vibes I feel, you know, that moves me at the time is like kind of what I'm going to be listening to, or however I, you know, whatever it's like kind of new to. If it's catchy, I might.
Yeah. So Nas, Magic just came out.
Rotimi also listed a project. Sorry, I wasn't done.
Okay. I mean, you just started to go kind of dwindle in thought.
I did dwindle away, but I wanted to put him in there. But go ahead, babe.
Okay. I guess you scrolling, seeing what's up, so you just naming it.
Yeah, I forgot about him. I did. And
so,
first off,
so if you scrolling at me, you're not listening to me.
I am listening to you, but then I thought about it, and I was like, you know, I need to add somebody else, but I also need to add my gospel artist too. So
okay, who?
So Tasha Cobb, my girl.
What's the name of the album that you love?
Is it? What's the name of the? I don't know the name of the album.
Okay.
So for me, and that's with a lot of stuff. Like I might not know the album, but they have songs.
You was listening.
But yeah.
She dropped a live album.
But I would listen.
2020.
And really like enjoy the songs. But go ahead, go off.
That was the only gospel artist you had?
No. I had other gospel artists. So, but I don't want you to ask me every album because I don't know. Well, I don't know.
Well, we talking our favorite albums of the year. Who the artists? Who the other artists?
So the other artist that I had on repeat is Todd Delaney. He sings a lot of like inspirational songs. Mm-hmm. Marvin Sapp. But I don't think
Marvin Sapp still dropping out.
I don't know if that album was this year though, so I don't think it was anyways. But yeah, I'll let you. Oh, Mariah the Scientist, she would be on my
Right World. She would one of the best albums of the year.
Yeah, she would definitely be on there. And I'm gonna just let you take it away, babe, because I have some other ones, but they're all my gospel picks.
Who are they? Are you just scrolling? If you just scrolling, then let me take it away. But if you have them, if you already did the prep.
So I was looking, and I'm like, I don't know if all these albums were last year or if they're just like, you know, very popular songs that I just really love from these artists.
Yeah, so are you going to name them? Or?
Yeah, so I already named Todd Delaney. The other one is Travis Greene. He has a really dope song, You Made a Way. I think that was like probably like very inspirational for me, especially going through a lot of stuff that I went through. I had his album on repeat for a bit. Kyra Sheared, that's Karen Clark Sheard's daughter. She
fun fact.
Yeah, it's a pretty good fact. She has an amazing voice, and so she made this song that really resonated for me. It's called "Something Has to Break," and that was when I was having the first surgery. That song actually, you could get a chance to kind of like listen to things or music before they kind of put you down or they give you the anesthesia. So that's a really good song. Just very encouraging, uplifting. Kind of the message is that, you know, God is going to be with you, but you know, something is going to happen and it's going to turn around for you. So.
Okay. Right, let me run through my albums. I don't know how much time I got left on my cam. But I'm going to run through my albums real quick. Nas, Magic dropped at the end of the year. Just came out Christmas Eve or something like that. One of the best albums of the year. Nas like destroyed it. Nas dropped another album this year in the beginning of the year, King's Disease 2, which was also good. An improvement on King's Disease 1. Are you still looking up gospel artists?
Listening to you completely.
I'll say, go ahead and belt them out. Kanye West, Donda. Donda was a good album, gospel, I guess. You know what I'm saying? Real good album this year. Alicia Keys actually made my list, man. Alicia Keys was in like that Will Smith zone for me. But she did some good stuff, so she made my list. Keys, it's a real good album. Her album was really good. Mariah the Scientist, Right World, of course, one of the best albums of the year, man. I don't think a lot of people even know that or acknowledge it. Cleo Soul, Mother, one of the best albums of the year. Most of these are based off of how many times I listen to. Cleo Soul, I might have listened to less than the rest of these albums, but in listening to that album, the music was way better than everything else I'd like almost heard this year. Cleo Soul probably got like one of the top 3 albums of the year, any genre. Tyler the Creator, Call Me If You Get Lost. Real good album. Well constructed,
album.
put together. Great. Mock Hami, Pray for Haiti. I love that album. Real hip hop stuff right there. Like My Roots. J. Cole, The Off Season. That lived with me for a minute. Cole dropped top of the year, did his thing. Destin Conrad, Colorway. Destin Conrad. That's probably was outside of the Giveon that dropped in 2020. Destin was like for male R&B, that was probably like me like listening to the most, like consume my life type stuff. My honorable mentions.
I wore the Giveon, but
Yeah, Giveon's crazy.
But the album was good.
Yeah, my honorable mentions are Adele, 30.
Oh, I forgot about Adele.
Yeah, Adele,
and her
30.
new the album, is that the name of the album
Yeah,
she just
it's
dropped?
called 30. Yeah.
So good. Easy on Me. Probably one of my favorite songs.
Yeah, it's a good album. Jasmine, you brought Jasmine up.
Come on.
You know, she wasn't even kind of, her and Summer, like they wasn't even like in my head.
Summer
Summer was
okay.
in my head. Summer album was fire.
Had a good
And
album.
then Russ, Chomp 2. Like, man, like you can't put that many people together and not make something real good, man. And then Russ just rapping as hard as he can and stuff like that was totally like left field for what we used to from Russ outside of Chomp 1. So it's good to see all of that stuff.